cut through some of the fog out there that we pick a side. You know, we tend to in strength and conditioning say, I'm this guy or I'm this girl. This is my side. This is what I do. Well, no, we got to do it all.
With all that's going on in the country and in the world, I think you need to know what your mission is. I think you need to know what your why is. And I think above anything, you got to understand what you stand for.
I'm more interested now in being a difference maker that won't fade. So helping our athletes to become better husbands, fathers, and to be a positive voice in our community is what matters most to me.
I have a long-term vision for the program. It wasn't about me or my qualifications, but I felt that I had a big picture vision that would add value to our department and improve our staff culture.
So if I say the right verbiage and I use the right drill, man, you can make magic happen.
Or maybe just not this soon. And just a little bit about her. She is so professional that she created a pre-recorded recording of this in case that she did give birth during it. So this just speaks a lot about her. She's a great person. I would highly recommend getting to know her. But I hope I can do this justice by introducing our next speaker, the godfather of speed. And Lee Taft is an incredible man with an incredible resume, which you all can definitely find out everything that he's done. But what I wanted to touch on with Lee was kind of what we were talking about beforehand with Tom and before the show started is this man has come down to Bloomington countless times to not only spend time talking to our staff and teaching us, but he comes down even when we're having other speakers come in just because he wants to learn. He is a constant growth mindset. He wants to learn as much from you as much as you want to learn from him. And I tell you what, almost every single time he's come down, either one or both of his daughters has been there. And so that just speaks a lot to him as a man and who he is and what he's about. And so we are very lucky to have had him in the state of Indiana, and we're going to miss you for sure, Lee, but know that whenever you come up, you have a place to stay for sure. So I don't want to take any more time. So Lee, it is all yours.
Oh, thank you so much, Lainey. I appreciate all of you so much. Wonderful talks. I hope I can do justice with my 10-minute talk here on change of direction. And thank you to IU Strength and for doing this. This is wonderful. The more we can reach out and help coaches, the better this profession is going to be. So what I wanted to talk about was change of direction and kind of cut through some of the fog out there that we pick a side. You know, we tend to in strength and conditioning say, I'm this guy or I'm this girl. This is my side. This is what I do. Well, no, we got to do it all, right? We got to be great at change of direction. We have to have open skills and we have to have closed skills. So we have to have reactive training. We have to have rehearse pattern, because when I rehearse a pattern, I get to challenge physiological demands, right? I get to challenge capacity of tissues. I get to challenge repetition at hitting proper angles and proper foot positions. But then at the same time, if at some point I don't get some reactivity in there, the athlete loses context as to why is this drill helping me. So when I make them react and they struggle, I can instantly say, see what I mean? You have to be able to stay in the tunnel, or you have to be wider, or you have to control your shoulders. So what I thought would be really cool and fun is, let me share a couple drills that I like to do that can address those two categories, that open and that closed type of training, and some drills that you can influence your athlete's movement with through repetition and through proper cueing. So if I say the right verbiage and I use the right drill, man, you can make magic happen. So let me make sure I got everybody in the picture here, or you guys can see me. I think I'm good. Okay. So one of the first things that I like to do is I like to use a little box. So I've got this little box. It's literally plywood. It's a 2x10, and I have a 3/4 inch mat on it, and it's used for lifting blocks. So when we do Olympic weight, it's just one of the levels. So I love it because it's only about 2.5 inches. So what we're going to do, and what should immediately come to your mind is, well, I don't have that, but I have Olympic lifting plates, which are awesome to use. So you don't need this, you just need something. So one of the first drills I like to do is I like to have my athletes understand what it's like to create immediate contact with control with what we call a split step. So we starting in an athletic stance, we load the ankle, we load the hips, and then on my command, we simply split home and they stick. Now, if you look at this, you say, well, yeah, that's kind of a landing drill, but your knees are awful. Well, no, I'm not teaching landing. I'm actually teaching force application in the angle to start teaching reactive change of direction. So now, if I were to take this drill and just simply push myself in one direction, it now becomes a very reactive change of direction. So let's think about this. If I'm marking a soccer player, if I'm guarding a basketball player, or defending a wide receiver or running back, and all of a sudden they change directions. A lot of times I don't have the privilege of using all the footwork that we used on that 5-10-5 training, or the shuttle drill where I get to plant my inside foot, then my outside foot. Sometimes I just have to plant quick and change. Okay, that's a reactive repositioning, which gets me to immediately change mass and momentum and go in a new direction. But let's say you don't have enough time, like you can't get outside because you got a big weightlifting day, or you only have a little bit of time for some speed. Well, why don't you do like 5 to 8 sets of 5 seconds of these? But if I want to influence a side of the body, have a partner, put a band around them. Now, when I do this, my left leg is getting very little. My right leg is taking the load, so I can safely and effectively work on changing direction by influencing momentum artificially. So very, very simple to start working on hitting the proper angles, and it's safe. And especially coming off COVID, athletes probably haven't loaded their tissues a lot. This is an awesome way to get them back into it. Now, let's say you want to work on the controlled work that you might do on a 5-10-5 where the penultimate step, so that step before the step, right? That penultimate step hits, and then I hit, and then I open and push off. Maybe I'm going to work on that in a very controlled manner. Let's use our low box again. Now, when I go to shuffle across, this leg will replace this leg, and then this one becomes my redirect leg, right? So I go from here, I hit, and I switch. Then I can do the same thing going back. So in essence, I'm working on inside, outside, and then reposition back the other way. So it's a very safe, very subtle way to get what you want without overloading their tissues. Then what we do, we get rid of that. We grab our cones, we set them up, or we put them on a line and say, hey, go to that 5-yard, or go from baseline to foul line. And when you get there, I want you to plant, and then I want you to push off. Now I can start to build actually mass and momentum forces to be able to train the athlete to manage those forces with proper angles, right? And then I can come right back with my partner, grab a band. Now, whether I'm working lateral or shuttle run type angular change of direction, I can come right back in there and get them to have to fight this mass and momentum with tilting reflex, right? So as I feel this, what do I want to do? I want to tilt away from it. So when I start doing that here, that lends itself to me being able to get in on great angles, but more importantly, get out on great angles. Let me show you one more thing. So we tend to focus a lot of our time, we tend to focus on the lower body with change of direction. But I'm going to tell you what, a perfect foot plant with bad shoulder position immediately makes the foot plant bad, okay? So if I plant like this, and that angle coming up through and goes out my front shoulder, that's perfect. That's the force application angle we want. But what if I go like this? Now I get a lot of valgus strain, I get a tremendous amount of groin strain, and I just open up, and the only way I'm going to change direction is probably to stutter, reposition, and then go. So let's train that, right? So if I go ahead and I take my medicine ball And if I were to work on what we call shoulder sway, so shoulder sway is this. Athlete plants, but they just can't quite hold it. So let's do it reactively. And this is neuromuscular reactive training, right? So I'm going to take the ball, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring it above my head. So now I'm strictly in the frontal plane. So now I just go from top of one ear to the top of the other. Because what does that mean, coaches? Right? If you say, hey guys, go from shoulder to shoulder, where do they go? They go way outside shoulder, right? So if I go ear to ear, they'll end at the shoulder, and that's really where I want them. I just don't tell them that. So we start here. Now I begin to recruit before I actually plant. That's when we save ourselves from the drastic injury, right? Now, what if we have an athlete that does what I call shoulder dump? We plant, now the shoulder peels inward, right? So we plant and we do that. This is when we take our ball and we go diagonal. Start high. And if I recruit and I turn on foot contact, man, the kinetic energy that I gain, that I receive, and that I release allows me to be able to get maybe a couple reps here, get rid of it, then have them plant and go, and it's like magic. All of a sudden, you get a clean, smooth athlete that can withstand forces and change the direction becomes a positive, not a negative. Okay, guys, I think I stayed under time. Hopefully that was helpful. I know I loved it. I seem to be the only one breathing hard, but that's okay. Thanks, guys. I appreciate all of you.
Lee, I'll speak for a lot of people. I'm breathing a little bit hard as well. My heart rate went up just watching you move, man. For those of you that haven't, I'll plug Lee real quick. If you haven't checked out some of his Speed Insider work, I know I've done some courses and our staff has seen him at work multiple times. Do yourself a favor, check it out. It definitely will change how you approach some of your speed training.